All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. The first carry for the North Texas man, it's Jeff Wilson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
I'm here all day. 51's the mic. 51's the mic.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson is going to find his running back. It's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
You.
At the 35-yard line.
Rabbit. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. No, I'm coming for you. You mine. 58's the mic. 58.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Yellow.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Flushed out right. He'll run it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. It's caught. Beckham. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And that pickup will be good for a first down. Give him 10 yards exactly on the quick slant. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's first and goal. A run for Nick Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
Go. Go. Check, 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 check. Go, go, go.
They'll try again with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 9-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Coming, baby, I'm coming. 58, boys, 58, 58, Mike.
Again on second and 10, it's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58's the mic. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
From the gun, Jackson. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down. Chubb. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got them into the end zone.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Hunt running right through it. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run. So now a little soul searching on 4th down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Mahomes now on the sneak, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Patrick Mahomes keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. It takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. So he wanted to pass it, but that thing turned out much better.
And the crowd really responded, didn't they? They always like it better when the quarterback who's scrambling around actually takes off and runs downfield. And that's exactly what he did.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo, hustle, hustle. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. You got double up, double up, double up, double up. And 58 is the floor.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
58's the money. 58's the money.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Shoot! Watch the shoot! Check 52.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run with Wilson. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. He'll let it go deep and that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 74 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taken in at the 22. 12 yards on the return that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Browns drive about to get started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Mahomes to throw, escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Browns. 61 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go. And that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. To throw on 2nd and 10, Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike.
To throw again is Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
The point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eric Murray. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Second and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
I'm trying to collect.
Another carry for Wilson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
And he's got Snead. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. There he goes, right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 53 yards. And the Ravens are in for 6. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, You've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And that will be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
I'm coming after you. 15. Hey, look, 48.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Now it's Mahomes again. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Jackson. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll have a first down past the 40. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Jackson throwing again. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. Flush to his right. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, Jackson. And this is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. But it's going to be second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They run. Chubb. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Brent, that's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead.
Browns 52, Ravens 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Larry Ogunjobi in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. To try again after the sack. Jackson got some room at the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's going deep and that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big pickup of 38. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Ravens on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Matt Judon able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes, he'll rifle this one deep right. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
After the interception, here's Jackson. It's complete to Snead. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. To throw is Jackson, being chased out left. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Go 58's to Mike. Wow, Bill. Wow, Bill. 58's to Mike. 58's to Mike.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. Gets this to his running back, Jeff Wilson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Go 58's to Mike. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
58.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson buying time to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's got room. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Snead's got it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
At the 33-yard line.
Hey, 58 is a mic. Go 58 to the pass. Check. 58.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Marquise Brown. Incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
You can't block me. You can't block me. 58's the mic.
One last shot for Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL